The podcast you are listening to now is the Central Indiana Sports Report, number 325.1, the MLB Report with Codey Emerson and Uncle Paul.
You're listening to the Central Indiana Sports Report with your host, Greg Mengelt.
Welcome, baseball fans, to the Central Indiana Sports Report for the MLB Report with Codey Emerson and Uncle Paul Tipton. Here to talk some baseball. It's been a couple of weeks. You guys were both otherwise occupied last week, so we, with so much else going on, decided just to give it a week off. But now, no more basketball, no more football. Baseball's kind of, no more hockey. Baseball's kind of in the world to itself now, and as we head past the halfway point to the All-Star break, guys, you want to talk National League Central, we need to talk All-Stars. There's all kinds of headlines from the last couple of weeks. Codey, you take the lead. Where do we start?
Well, I think as we always typically do with the NL Central, and the Reds have just been not. It's been one of those things where they've kind of cooled off a little bit.
They have cooled off.
You look at the standings; they're 50 and 47. They're 5 and 5 in the last 10, which is not.
Yeah,
not
they
awful.
haven't played poorly, and they've had a pretty
great.
easy schedule. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They haven't taken advantage of the schedule as much as they should have.
Yeah, but I mean, it's that NL Central. It's Paul. It's looking like the Brewers are right there. The Brewers have won 7 straight. They're getting hot, and the Cardinals. It's still a 4-team race. It's only 7.5 back, but Paul, the NL Central, it's still looking pretty mighty competitive still.
Yes, indeed. That's one game separating the Brewers and the Cubs right now.
Yeah, here come those Brewers, huh?
They're always right there. It seems.
They're like that zombie that can't be killed.
Yeah, the Reds, you just take a look at kind of what they've done, and like I said, it's not awful, but it's, you've got losing. You take a series from Colorado. You've won, or no, they split against the Marlins. Excuse me. Like the Marlins, you want to win that series more. You don't want to split, especially when you're chasing
3 1-run losses.
Well, the 2 losses in that series were 5-1 and 12-2.
Oh, okay. But the Rockies was a 1-run loss, and
yes, yeah. They barely scraped by the Rockies. They lost 2-3, then won 4-3 and 4-2. So I guess you'll take it. But
yeah, you take it. Not much more you can do but take it. And then today the Reds drafted a guy by the name of Steele. Well, you know he's going to be good, right? His name is Steele.
Well, I was seeing some people between my people at work and some of my friends are Reds fans. It seems like the Reds just like having a cluster of infielders. You go back all the way to the
That's how they've gone for sure.
Yeah, it's
especially on the corners.
I don't want to say that was probably their top need, but I mean, the baseball draft is always so wonky. It's like,
yep, best player available. You never know what's going to be happening by the time they get to the majors, Paul. That's why you always go best player available, right?
I guess so. I saw that the Rockies drafted a guy named Holiday in the first round.
Should that name ring a bell?
Yeah, and isn't that weird?
That could work.
I was kind of shocked a little bit. I know he was the top prospect basically for quite a while, and then, I mean, granted, as far as like you said, Greg, as far as team need goes, but it's kind of a cool story, I guess, that Ethan ends up kind of where his dad played. I mean, that's a cool. You can never, because he played 5 years there, I think, in Colorado.
And by the way, Paul, team need for the Colorado Rockies would be
everything.
Even catcher. Yeah. They could probably upgrade there. And by the way, it's just absurd that they continue this. Every team needs an all-star thing. Just absurd. I don't get it at all.
Don't the Rockies have like a kid that's hitting very well, I believe. I can't remember.
Yeah, their
Not
catcher.
probably. I think it's
Can't
5
remember
people
his
on
name.
planet Earth that keep up with the Rockies.
But there's not a player on that roster who should be an all-star. That's the bottom line. And there lots of years there are players from teams who just don't need an all-star, and I just don't understand why you're taking the place of an honor of someone who deserves it to give to somebody just because he happens to be the best player on the worst team. Doesn't make any sense to me. It's an honor to be an all-star.
Paul, what do you think about that?
I tend to agree with Greg.
I'm kind of in that. I've been in that same boat. No.
Look, if the team's playing at home, you say the home team has to have an all-star. We get it. The thought was always that you don't want to go into a stadium and the team doesn't have an all-star. But if they're playing at home, then you do it. If they're not, then you don't. What? I don't even. Anyway, moving on to the all-stars. What stood out to you, Paul?
The big story to me was taking a rookie pitcher who's only been on the mound for 5 games and making Mizorowski an all-star. Apparently, it has peeved the Philadelphia Phillies quite a bit. I'm not sure about other teams, but they were very adamant.
This is the one time that I will defend the Phillies ever. So keep it on record. The Codey Emerson on July 13th, 2025 defended the Philadelphia Phillies. I mean, we saw this last year with Skeens, but Skeens had a little more work. I can't remember exactly how many innings he had pitched. I was a little on the fence about it, but I was still slightly all right with it. This one, he's 5 starts, 25 innings. That's 5 innings. He hasn't even gone 6 full innings in any of his starts. Has he been great?
That's ridiculous.
Has he been great in those 25 innings? Yes.
Still, if there was nobody else to pick, maybe. But there are plenty of other guys who deserve to be all-stars.
Yeah, it's just going down the list. I really think, speaking of the Reds, Ellie should be he should be over Lindor, in my opinion.
I understand why. I understand why Lindor's the starter. I get it. It's kind of you kind of accrue votes over time with the Major League Baseball vote. I get it. He's an all-time great. I mean, in some ways,
that's
Lindor,
not what the All-Star Game's about.
It's what it should be. There was a long time when a lot of years Derek Jeter was not the best player at his position.
Yeah,
it's just kind of the way it is. And as long as Ellie is an all-star, I think everybody should be pretty happy with that. He's an all-star for the first time. That's great.
We are going to get a fantastic pitching matchup, though. We were going to, and I think it was a couple episodes ago when we were talking about the Pirates and the Tigers playing that we weren't going to get Skeens versus Skubal. I mean, I know it's the All-Star game, but we're at least going to get that. I'm going to go back to, because I found it. Hunter Goodman has 17 home runs and 52 RBIs. That's an all-star. And I know he's with the Rockies.
My point being that a team that is one of the worst in history, I don't care how good his stat. Well, that's not quite true.
That's on pace for 30 and 100.
Okay, fine. You made a compelling argument. I'm still going to say the Rockies deserve to have nobody in the All-Star game. That's my point.
Most years I would agree.
Yeah.
Most years I agree. But give the kid some credit. I mean, because he's only 25 years old, too. So
it's not easy to do when you have nobody in front or behind you.
There also should not be 5 Dodgers on the All-Star team.
No, that's going to happen every year, though, because,
Who made it for the Dodgers who shouldn't?
Pajes.
Kershaw's the legend, the commissioner's pick, which that's another thing I wanted to do.
I love it. People want to see the greatest of all time in the All-Star game, guys. He's one of the greatest of all time.
Negative.
You're just wrong.
I can see it both ways.
Let him go in there for 2 or 3 batters.
Well, you might as well bring Justin Verlander in for the American League then, too.
Someday, when he's a legend, when he reaches Clayton Kershaw status, then we'll get there.
The Dodgers have Will Smith, Ohtani, Freeman.
And Freddie Freeman, they're all three no-brainers. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's right about the others. Those should probably just be those three. I could see that argument for sure. Uncle Paul, it is time to talk some Toronto Blue Jays. You've been itching for weeks.
I have been telling you that was going to be in there. Although I kept saying the Rays were going to be there, and now I think it might be another team that we'll talk about.
Yeah, the Rays. Ooh. Since the last time we talked, we had so much praise for the Rays.
Yes, they're a funny team.
Have they won since?
Not too many.
2-8 in their last 10. So
they now have the same record as the Reds.
I have to tell you, though, that the American League East has more victories than any other division in baseball.
Well, that's crazy. That's the Orioles have been a little better. That's part of that, for sure.
Yes.
The Orioles are starting to look like the Orioles we kind of expected.
Yeah, it's
every team in that division is pretty good. There's definitely no gimmies in that division.
No. It's a little too late, though, for Baltimore.
Oh, yeah, for sure. If they were in a different division, it might not be.
Unless they get, like, scorching earth red hot and some luck falls their way.
If they were in the West, they would have a chance.
Here's my question for you guys. The Red Sox lose Rafael Devers. And everybody, all their fans are up in arms, and there's all these questions about what they're going to do. And now they've won 10 games in a row.
Incompetence in the front office. Yeah. They did the same thing with Betts, and now here they are.
It's amazing.
They're also, they're taking advantage. I mean, okay, sweeping the Rays, that's pretty impressive. But they're taking advantage of a very easy schedule.
I don't care. You win 10 games in a row, you win 10 games in a row. I don't care if they're all against the worst teams.
The Nationals, the Rockies, and the Rays.
Don't care.
Who are all bottom
feeders. 10 in a row. I don't care if it's 10 against the Rockies. That's not easy to do. 10 in a row is very difficult to do in Major League Baseball.
It's something, isn't it? You sure wouldn't.
I mean, 10 wins in a row, yes, that's impressive. I'm not surprised the Red Sox are on this resurgence, though.
I'm stunned. I thought they were done.
We'll see come right out of the All-Star break, the Cubs, the Phillies, and the Dodgers.
Yes, we will. I'm guessing that'll be the end of the Red Sox, is my guess.
That would be our fervent hope.
Yes, it would. I think the National League has the better All-Star lineup, guys.
Okay, so you're predicting an NL victory on Tuesday?
I was going to ask you. I think they have the better roster. That doesn't necessarily mean they're going to win. But no. I would favor the National League. It's in Atlanta.
So you're calling for a walk-off, Greg?
If Matt Olson hits the game,
Matt Olson walk-off, yeah, let's call it.
That would be the highlight of the Atlanta Braves season. There's not much else going on, which I'll get into in a minute.
Yes, you will. We'll have our weekly Codey Emerson rant. And you got 2 weeks.
You look at it overall, I think the National League does have the better because you look at Freeman, Marte, Lindor, Machado, PCA, Acuna, Kyle Tucker, and Shohei. And then the American League's got Raleigh, Vlad, Gleyber Torres, Jacob Wilson of the A's, Greg, now are you saying he should not be an All-Star, Greg, because the A's are bad? I'm curious.
Not necessarily, no, because the A's aren't all-time historically bad.
Okay, I can get on board with that. Then you got J-Ram, you got obviously Judge, and Riley Green, Javi Baez, and Ryan O'Hearn, dude. The National League, in my opinion, has a way better outfield. Third base, I'm giving to J-Ram over Machado. Shortstop, Lindor, I'll give over Wilson. Second base, Marte over Torres. First base, Freeman over Guerrero. But I'll take Cal Raleigh over Will Smith. So, yeah, if you're comparing position by position, at least for the batting order. But the question is, how are they going to fare against, like, Tariq Skubal and Crochet? And I'm always interested to see the pitching matchups.
Yeah, and I like the National League pitching too.
Yeah, we've got Sale won't be in there anymore. I mean, it'll be a good test for Skeens, but I'll gladly take the National League.
Here's
a National League homer.
Here's the old man's prediction. Are you ready?
Go right ahead.
Okay. American League wins, and the MVP is going to be a batter, and it will be a non-starter in the game.
I got one for you. You. Byron Buxton. Seems like the kind of guy who would do that.
Speaking of Buxton, he just hit for the cycle yesterday on his birthday. Or not his birthday, his bobblehead day. Excuse me.
So good.
Yes, bobblehead day. Yes.
He's one of my favorite players in the American League.
He's one of mine too. He's, knock on wood, he's finally staying healthy. He's been injury plagued like the last 2 or 3 years. And now that I've had no reason to hate the Twins, but he's been one of he's an insane center fielder. I mean, he's speed, power, all the kind of things you want in a player. He just simply has it. And he's fun to watch.
What else you got, Paul?
Max Muncey from Oakland and the Dodgers have the same.
No, they don't.
Are you kidding me?
Not in the same year, but the same month and day. Yes.
That is a sports bar trivia fact that I will take with me for the rest of my life.
Only for the Central Indiana Sports Report listeners.
I will be using that bar fact, trivia, whatever, for the rest of my life.
Feel free.
Thank you, Paul.
It's a shame about the Braves, though, because the Phillies and the Mets just don't seem to want to run away with anything yet.
It's true. They're only 12 games back, Cody. Weekly rant.
When I think things can't get worse, they seem to. The lack of pitching is it's bad. I mean, you're relying on, or just relied on, for 3 starts, DDA Fuentes, who's a 20-year-old kid who has no business being in the major leagues. And that's not crapping on him. That's how desperate the Braves were for starting pitching.
Did they lose that game today, the world's longest game?
Yeah, with about 18,000 rain delays. Just went final, actually, 5-4.
Oh, okay. Game that would not, it is almost like we didn't want to start the All-Star break.
We took the series, but that doesn't mean anything anymore. They're treading water right now. It's Michael Harris is an atrocity at the plate. He's barely batting 200. He probably should get sent down to Gwinnett. The only bright spots continue to be Matt Olson and Acuna, which I'm disappointed that Acuna is not going to do the home run derby, but Matt Olson is taking his place, and so he'll have some reservations in the chop house. But,
so all this great hitting that Matt Olson's doing right now is about to go away.
Probably. That's how it's going to happen, probably.
Exactly.
I mean, it's a lost season.
But Paul, Yankees rant?
No, not yet.
Okay, you're not to that point yet?
We may get there, depending. Yeah, I might have had a different answer if they hadn't swept the Mariners.
Right.
So, but
yeah, but it's not been good the last 3 weeks or so.
No, I can see tight races in both the East, 3-way race probably in the American League East. And then you have the exciting National League Central with all sorts of possibilities, including the Reds.
Yeah, and both wild cards as well.
Yes, correct. Thank goodness for the wild card.
So tight.
I wanted to ask you, Paul, real quick. I saw a report maybe that you think the Diamondbacks shop some of these guys, or what do you think they're doing?
Yeah, they might be shopping Zach Gallen.
That's one of the names I've heard.
He might have enough value. I think it's
Corbin Carroll to the Reds.
No, not
Marte to the Reds.
No, I don't think Carroll or Marte. But they're
Suarez?
They're trying to shop your old friend Eugenio Suarez.
That's another name I've
I don't
heard.
blame him.
Yes. Yes.
He's the
He
worst.
strikes out too much, but
way too much.
There's a lot of people who like the long ball.
Hey, he had a 4 home run game.
If he ever hit
against
one
the
that was
Braves.
important, that would be something.
That's exactly right. Yes. Very well said.
Hey,
so
he had one he had his 4th and final one, which was part of his 4 home run game, was the game winner against the Braves earlier this year. So don't remind me of that.
Was it a big game? Because he never played in one for the Reds that they won.
No.
Including the game where he had about 8 chances in a 18-inning game against the Braves in a playoff game that neither team could score.
God,
if you
I
recall
remember that
one.
game.
Yeah.
And
the Braves went on to win the World Series.
I don't think it was 18, but I hear your point.
I was exaggerating to make a point, Susie. I often exaggerate. It's probably something that's not a good quality in a sports reporter. Anyway, thank you so much to Cody and Paul. Always appreciate the time spending half hour or so talking baseball every week with my Uncle Paul is one of the highlights of my week. And thank you so much for listening. Please share this podcast with your friends and family. Let everybody know that the Central Indiana Sports Report is out there and going to be around for a long, long time doing podcasts every single day. Central Indiana Sports Report is a product of ITG Media, and I love Susie.